Hello, Year 5. Today's writing lesson is going to be where we're looking at writing an agreement paragraph for a discussion. So our success criteria is our toolkit, which we looked at last week. So we need to have relative clauses such as who, which, and that. Sentence openers such as in light of this, in addition, moreover. We need subordinating conjunctions such as, since, when, and because. We need to include modal verbs such as must, should, could, and would, and indirect speech. So the question we're going to be focused on today for our discussion is, should children wear school uniforms? So when we're writing a discussion text, we know that the first paragraph is always an introduction paragraph. So this is where we introduce the question. So for my discussion text writing, I have started it off with, since the start of the school year, many parents have been asking if children would be allowed to wear their own clothes to school rather than school uniform. I then go on to say that there have been many conflicting views on this issue, but it is important that we reach a decision. So that is just my short introductory paragraph to introduce the question that the discussion is going to be on. So now we're going to write the paragraph where we're agreeing that children should wear school uniforms. Now, if we were in class, we would do this together. However, this is what I have written to give you an idea of what an agreement paragraph should have. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see a guide, and this is to guide you in what each paragraph needs to have. So this entire guide is for the whole agreement paragraph. So our first sentence would be including a who. I'm going to include a relative clause, and I'm going to say the reason, and I'm going to have indirect speech. So I would write, the first argument for children to wear school uniform is that children who attend schools in Britain like wearing school uniform. They believe it makes them look smart. Children say that it makes them feel grown up and gives them a sense of pride. So you can see that I have used indirect speech at the bottom here, that children say that it makes them feel grown up and gives them a sense of pride. You can also say that I have, so if I use my pointer here, I've also used a relative clause here, who attend schools in Britain. And I've already said about the indirect speech. Then I go on to the next one, which has sentence opener. So I've used furthermore. I've said the reason, which is by wearing school uniform, it reduces the pressure on children and parents, as it means they do not have to keep up with the latest fashion trends. I've used a subordinate conjunction there. I've used as, children and parents, as it means they do not have to keep up with the latest fashion trends. That is the first part of my paragraph. My second part of my agreement paragraph, this is all the same paragraph. I'm going to use sentence opener. I'm going to use a modal verb, and I'm going to put the reason and use a subordinate conjunction, such as because, as, or since. And you can see that I'm getting all this from the guide on the left-hand side here. So I have used in addition for my sentence opener. In addition, wearing a school uniform could create a sense of belonging for the child because it shows that they are a part of something, their school. So the modal verb I used is could. School uniform could create a sense of belonging. And the subordinate conjunction I have used is because, for the child, because it shows that they are a part of something, their school. And then my final part of my agreement paragraph would have a sentence opener, and I've used it is essential, and then a reason and use a subordinate conjunction again. So it is essential that children are easily visible when out on school trips, which is why school uniforms are a good thing to wear. Teachers are able to see who is in their class by the uniform the child is wearing. Okay, so that is my paragraph using the margin guide for help. So now it's over to you. You are going to be writing an agreement paragraph, but you are going to be answering the question, should children be allowed chocolate in school? Now, last week, you wrote out some ideas of for and against should children be allowed chocolate in school. To use those to help you. Remember today, you are just writing one paragraph, and it is the paragraph where you are agreeing that children should be allowed chocolate in school. So if you're working up one idea or few ideas, use the margin guide that is in your packs today to help you write independently. If you have it printed out, cut it out and just stick it in your margin. If you don't have it printed out, just have it on a screen in front of you to help you to write your agreement paragraph. If you're working at Relate, again, still use the margin guide to help you with what you could write. Be independent and choose your own order and language. So if you don't want to do it in the order that's in the margin guide, don't. Also, I've got a challenge out there for you. This is for all Relate people, but also if you're working at few ideas as well, you could also use these. Your challenge is to use parentheses, either brackets, dashes, and commas to add information. Use short, powerful sentences to grab the reader, and maybe use a rhetorical question. Good luck in your writing. Have a great day. Bye.